Hey, Cool Cats. It's Paul,
Hey, it's Rob.
and this is the Magic Word. So today we're talking about Zendikar Rising. Zendikar is back for the third time. This time there's no war. There's no interplanar war, I guess. We're going to find out what's going on with everyone who's left over. See if there's any planeswalkers around and see what's going on. So, Rob, you were saying that from the tiny little spoilers we got over the weekend, it looks like there's not going to be any more Eldrazi on the plane.
The Eldrazi are gone.
So they're going to go back to the original, the first Zendikar, which was only for one set, right? And then the Eldrazi came out.
Yes. So we had...
Or no, Zendikar and then Worldwake.
Yes.
So we had two sets with no Eldrazi, even though there were a little hints in Worldwake, but we're gonna go back to what the world kind of looked like in Zendikar mode, which is like the adventure, or you were saying
the land matters. So I don't know. That kind of makes me feel like it's going to be like Landfall again, which is kind of nice. Full art basics one more time.
Oh,
so they're going back to like the Indiana Jones / Lara Croft. Like you're looking for buried treasure, and the whole world is trying to get you, which is what made Zendikar exciting in the first place. Because like you're trying to build to get these big treasures, and every time you draw land, it actually does something. It's not a dead draw. So I'm excited to hear that, because after the Eldrazi and all that destruction and death, I'm just like, oh, they're just gross. I want to know what they're going to do to show that, people remember that the Eldrazi are there. I know that there's going to be no Eldrazi in the set. They're all dead. But for them to say, oh, like, we fought this war. Oh, let's go find buried treasure now, seems like a very big change in their mentality. Because, like, how are they going to show that the Eldrazi were there? The ruins were already destroyed from what we know.
How much time has passed since the war ended? How much time has passed that we're coming back to? Like, is it like 2 months? Is it 2 years? It can't be like more than that, right? So we're going to need to see, there's going to be destruction still. There's not going to be like the land is all messed up from Kozilek, but we'll be able to see ruins, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't know. Are they going to bring quests back? Like, how are they going to make it feel like an adventure thing without just copy and pasting what Zendikar was?
Right.
So that'll be exciting.
Quests could be fun. You know what theme had more attention given to it than I thought it deserved, based on how much it got, is the trap cards. Because there's a card that lets you go get any trap card from your deck, and there's also like a card that makes your opponents discard all the trap cards they have, but like no one plays the trap cards. So I'm confident we're not going to go back to that.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any more traps. Quests are fun. You'll see a quest every now and then in Commander. People play quests.
Oh yeah, the one that the Rite of the Blood Chief, is that the one that just like is so painful?
Blood Chief's Ascension.
There you go.
That's a great brutal one. You'll see Luminarch Ascension from time to time. That one, everyone gangs up and kills the Luminarch Ascension player, or the Luminarch just takes over.
Oh.
I'll play.
Quest for Renewal is good.
Which one?
I haven't made it work though. But
which one was that?
Your creatures is nice. It's the green one where you attack with creatures to get quest counters, and then when you get a certain number, then it untaps your creatures.
Oh, right.
So it's like pseudo vigilance.
I think,
if I'm remembering that card right.
Yeah, that's a cool card. I haven't gotten that one to work, but I also like Calming Heart Expedition.
That's just like a perfect one. Like you feel good doing that. It's like, okay, like it makes you feel good that you're playing your land drops, and then it just like ramps you up. So giving people like mini games to play, as they're playing a game of Magic makes it more engaging. Like you feel more accomplished. So
Right.
I hope they do that.
So then they also let us know the planeswalkers that we're going to be getting in the set. So in the past, when they had more story, they would always let us know, okay, these are the planeswalkers who are going to be in the set as cards. But of course, you'll see more planeswalkers. Since War of the Spark kind of like imploded their storyline that they were working on, that's not a given. Like these might be the only 3 planeswalkers that we see in the whole set. Who we're talking about Jace, Nissa, and Nahiri. Those are going to be the 3 who are on Zendikar 3.
So I'm just thinking that Nahiri and Nissa, I don't know if they're going to team up. There's going to be some kind of interaction because that's just how planeswalkers work. I feel they're going to be more concerned with rebuilding and repairing Zendikar. So Nissa, she's tied to the land. She's going to be looking at the soul of the world, trying to repair it. She knows that it's been tortured by having the Eldrazi on there, so she wants to make sure that's repaired, good to go. Nahiri, that's her home plane as well. She wants to make sure that everything is there. She wants to make sure that, I don't know if she's still going to have a grudge against Sorin. They were battling it out on Ravnica. She's back on Zendikar.
Right.
So I don't know if she's going to be returning with like Sorin's head
trophy. That would be awesome.
She's going to lock it in a Hedron for safekeeping. But I guess Sorin aside, she's there. She cares about, like, she deeply cares about Zendikar. Like, she was torn up just to see how badly. And, anyway, maybe they'll team up to help clear out the wastes and, like, rejuvenate the land. That makes sense for those 2 to be there. I don't know why Jace is there. Why is he there? Is he there? Because, like, Ugin was there. Like, he was trying to study the Eldrazi.
Right. So that's the only thing that Jace has really done on Zendikar is go talk to Ugin.
Yeah. And try to understand things and not really understand anything.
Right.
But that was when he was like half of Jace. Now he's like full powered, has all of his memories back. Supposedly he has all of his like powers.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this souped up Jace can actually do something. I don't know. I don't know really what he's gonna do. Like, is he gonna go on a quest and he has to like find this artifact that will help him understand XYZ?
I think it depends on if Ugin's there. If Ugin's there to talk to him, and we get some like closure on the Eldrazi, like what they are, I think that would be cool. Not closure, because they're gonna come back at some point, right?
Yeah.
But
as Ugin says, well, big guys, who's the multiverse where they are now. So yeah, is Ugin just going on, or not Ugin? Is Jace going to go say, hey, like, we know that Eldrazi are going to pop up sometime. Let's go ahead and figure out what worked on this planet, what didn't work.
Right.
And I don't know. The Hedrons are all still there. Like, are we, like, how many more Hedron cards are we going to have? Yeah, they're not there to lock Eldrazi up anymore. So are they going to be all depowered? Are they all just going to like fall to the ground?
Yeah, I think on one of the arts they showed over the weekend, they showed a Hedron with like flowers growing out of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Jace is going to do. Nissa, Nahiri, okay. Ooh, we're going to see Core again. So that means we're going to see equipment, because Core are all about hunting out that treasure, and they always have like the best tools for it. I look forward to seeing the Core again.
Yeah, we did get a lot of equipment from Zendikar. So that'll be cool.
Nice. Ooh, we're going to see the next iteration of Omnath. Omnath has just been growing and growing and growing. So Omnath, for those of you who don't know, Omnath is an elemental. We saw him in the first Zendikar as a mono green legendary creature, Omnath, Locus of Mana, who stored up your green mana, like it didn't empty from your mana pool when people knew what a mana pool was. But he saved your green mana, so it never emptied. And he would get +1/+1 for all of this extra mana that was just floating around you. So you could use it just to keep it and have a big beefy mono green beater, or you could store it and use it to cast spells later on. But as Zendikar went on, Omnath has been getting more and more colors. So he got red, and that made him Omnath. I call him Omwrath because he has landfall, make a 5/5 elemental, and then whenever an elemental you control dies, you get to do 3 damage to any target. So he was angry. So he's Omwrath.
That's Omnath, Locus of Rage.
Yes. And then he got blue.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what that one does because I've never played it.
That one is Omnath, Locus of the Royal. So that's green, blue, red, and 1 for a 3/3. They're all elemental. And when Locus of Royal enters the battlefield, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. And then when a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, you draw a card. And so this was printed in M20 when they had a legendary creature for each wedge. And so he was the Teamer Wedge legend.
Okay. Interesting. So from the product art, you see Omrath again. I'm guessing they're going to add another color to him. Like he's just going to accumulate all of the mana, right? Like his back arm kind of looks whitish. It's hard to see because the angle is so odd on the art. So I want to say that they're going to add white to him. I want to say he's going to be a 4-color. I don't know if they're going to like technically, or if they're going to do the option of getting rid of a color to add white.
I don't think they'll do that.
You don't think he'll be Naya, like get rid of blue and do like green, red, white? So he's a Naya, which would tie into the land theme of Zendikar. Like nix the blue, like he steps out of the river and now he's standing on a plane.
No, I think they might do a 4-color if they're planning on doing a 5-color later, but I can see them also just doing a 5-color now to show all of Zendikar like coming together and like it's one again. Because we last saw he was the Locus of the Royal, and the Royal is just like the rage of Zendikar that was created when the Eldrazi were trapped inside of it. Like the Royal, I don't think it's as extreme when there are no Eldrazi inside the plane. So maybe the land is more in sync, and we can see that through Omnath being all 5 colors.
So Omnath, Locus of
Zendikar.
Healing. Locus of how closely tied do you think he's going to be to the soul of the world? I'm trying to think because remember in Innistrad where they had a story and they tied it to like the soul of Innistrad, and it was like, was it a well? Like it was a pit, it was a well, and like people could talk to it.
Are you talking about Davriel's story?
Yeah, Davriel's story. Like they talked about like the soul of the world, like the old soul of Innistrad.
Yeah, and then they talked about entities.
There you go.
Which they told us were going to be a thing going forward at some point. So maybe we're going to see Omnath, Locus of Zendikar versus an entity that came out of Zendikar. Or maybe that's why Zendikar had a royal in the first place. There was an entity inside. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see how Omnath is going to live on this world because it has had a good story.
Yeah. You know who else is not from Zendikar, but who's closely tied to Zendikar is Obnixilis.
True.
And we haven't seen him in a while. The last time we saw him, he was about to kill Gideon in a 6-inch puddle of water. Someone else took that kill from him because Gideon's gone, but he swore revenge against Zendikar, right? So maybe we'll see him trying to get that vengeance.
Yeah, because he was like this close to actually killing the soul of Zendikar, right? Like he had, was it like a plant or something? And Nisa says like, "Don't kill Zendikar." Like Omnissilis was ready.
Right.
He was ready to do it.
Yeah. And then Chandra popped out.
I don't know. Or do you think like he'll just like stay away from that right now and just like take out angry tantrums on random planes?
I would be fine with that.
To get like, because you have to get caught up in all of this mayhem that he hasn't been able to wreak on planes everywhere.
Right. As a planar conqueror, yeah, that'll be an expansion that I could get down with. Just Ob-Nixilis is conquering a bunch of planes. It'll be like Torment, where there's a bunch of extra black cards than the other colors.
Ooh, that's true. I forgot all about that guy, Ob-Nixilis. He's
cool.
A dirty player. Oh, so I'm trying to think. Oh, we're gonna see elves. Oh no.
Yeah, your favorite.
We're gonna see elves. You know what? I talked about this in another video. Like, less humans, wizard. Let's get back into like the fantasy. And you know what? If you want to kill off elves too, I'm totally fine with that. Like, elves have had their time to shine. It's time for other races.
They're too much like humans.
Maybe Nisa is the last elf on Zendikar because they all got wiped out by the Eldrazi. They all they tried their best. They took out the Eldrazi, and the cost for Zendikar was no more elves.
Uh-huh.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm totally okay with that.
That's what you want for the story.
It lets the core expand, so I'm good. Vampires are like reaching out into new territory. I'm good.
So that's what we're gonna see in what, like 2 months? Like it's a ways away still, right?
Is it? I can't remember. I wish I had been there to see the panel live. I totally forgot about it. It was on my phone. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then like I slept through it.
The release date is September 25th.
All right, so we have plenty of time to keep,
So yeah, so in about 2 months, when we find out that all the elves are destroyed, you'll be justified.
Exactly. I'll be happy. I'll be able to open up all of these booster packs and all of these set packs.
Oh, right.
These set boosters, and I can open them up and just say, there are no elves. No elves. Every card is good.
That's what we got for today. So I will see you in the future.
All right, bye.